Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So I saw this and I thought this was very, very funny. Primarily just because it's an anti-bullying and harassment commitment in the TV industry, which, like, anti-bullying and, you know, anti-harassment, fantastic, right? That's great. But you're also dealing with the biggest bunch of pansies in the world. Like, in any line of work, actors, producers, whatever, are the biggest vaginas ever. They really are. Trust me. I've made some films, right? Most easily offended. They take offense. They choose to take offense. They're very precious. Me, 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 me. Very egocentric. And so I only see this going one way. And not only that, it's comedic because these people, especially the elite ones, are the ones which lecture you on how you should act and hassle you about who you vote for and tell you you're wrong. Blatant hypocrisy from Hollywood. Just more blatant hypocrisy from Hollywood. Yes, we have to have anti-harassment and anti-bullying, but we'll bully you, you fucking bigot. Basically, that's how it is. No two ways about it. And again, I don't think anyone should be bullied. I don't think anyone should be harassed. But, you know, who's going to be determining what bullying and harassment is? Because if it's these idiots, well then everything is bullying and harassment, isn't it? So Disney, HBO, Apple TV+, major British broadcasters and others sign up for anti-bullying and harassment commitment. Again, remember, the biggest wet wipes in all of employment. Some of the most privileged as well, actually. You know, we'll talk about privilege. Major US studios, streamers and British broadcasters have combined to launch a statement of commitment against bullying, harassment and inappropriate behaviour in TV. Does this need to be said? No one accepts bullying. No one wants, you know... Oh, again, when I say this, I'm aware that there's outliers. But the vast majority of people are like, yeah, no, don't bully people. Don't harass people, you asshole. Right? And no one wants inappropriate behaviour either. Organised by Actors Union Equity, and that says it all, today's flagship pledge includes creating safe casting and audition spaces, a requirement for producers to have clear respect at work policies and anti-bullying and harassment training to be completed by cast and crew before they start work. This is just another grift, isn't it? We gotta have training before you start any work. We've got to have anti-bullying and harassment training every time before we start work. On whatever it is. That's nonsense. Like, that genuinely is. It's just another grift. All this is just another grift. Now, a load of people will be like, well, you know, Weinstein. This is a direct reflection of Weinstein, and, you know, that's why the Me Too movement's there. Like, I agree. Like, I accept that. And that was awful, you know. I do think some people probably chose to participate in that behaviour to get a leg up in Hollywood, and actually they've succeeded very, very well off that. I think it would be naive to dispute that fact. But anti-bullying and anti-harassment every time you start work? Training? Really? Look, what is the West coming to when this is the focus? From the biggest bunch of pansies in the industry, like in any line of work. These are the biggest pansies. You could, again, just, I don't know, try and get on a film set. You'll see what I mean. Now, the commitment, which can be read in full below, is similar to the BBC on-set guidelines. Again, no one likes the BBC in the UK anymore. Loads of people are signing off their TV licenses and they don't want to fund them. Mainly because they hid Jimmy Savile, who, if you don't know, basically molested well over 400 people from the ages of 5 to 75. So the BBC can fuck off for overcoming bullying and harassment, which were updated last year. BBC Studios also rolled out a similar pledge to all of its shows last week. I mean, is this the next thing that everyone needs to focus on? Anti-bullying and harassment. Who decides this? So the pledge also includes, this surprised me, notification to be given in advance around any nudity and simulated sex acts, followed by discussion and agreement with the artist. I thought that was a given anyway, because, you know, it'd be in the script and it'd be in your contract. For scenes of an intimate nature, an intimacy coordinator should be engaged if acceptable to the actors involved. It says BAFTA winner Sean Bean attracted criticism last week for saying intimacy coordinators spoil the spontaneity of sex scenes, to which he was actually defended by someone who has had sex scenes with him. Again, trying to rag on Sean Bean for whatever reason. Weird. The BBC, ITV Studios, Channel 4, Channel 5, Sky, Disney, HBO, Apple TV, Warner Brothers, AMC, Paramount, Indie Trade, Body Pact, whatever that is, and other major associations sign up to the commitment, numbering 21 in total. And neither Netflix or Amazon put their names to it. Is this them trying to gaslight Amazon and Netflix now? Oh, you should have done it. Fuck off. On behalf of every performer who has experienced bullying and harassment during their on-screen working lives, I welcome this commitment by industry representatives to create a safe working environment where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Said Equity President Linda Rook. Again, this is coming from the people that lecture you all the time. Just throwing it out there, right? Just remember this. Again, no one should be bullied or harassed on set. But that is also something which is open for interpretation. And you're dealing with the biggest wet wipes around. But to establish an inclusive and respectful culture requires actions, not just words. I encourage all those working in this sector to recognise their individual responsibilities to report inappropriate behaviour and unite against any pressure to remain silent on these issues. Sure, and that's a given, isn't it? The move comes with overcoming bullying and harassment issues sitting atop the UK TV agenda. As if there's not more things, that you could focus on, like actually making good content. Following high-profile incidents such as the Noel Clarke allegations, which Clarke denies. BBC landed itself in hot water recently as Deadline revealed it had continued commissions on commissioning a production company, Chatterbox Media, despite discovering its owners had at least a dozen complaints lodged against them, including for bullying over a 12-month period. You can have complaints. I mean, if they're not investigated, you're not at liberty to just, you're not obliged to shove that company to one side, are you? Again, let's get real here. This is what I'm talking about. Oh, just because they've got complaints, we need to just sack them down. You are dealing with the biggest pussies in all of the market. So here's the commitment. And again, I don't think this is bad stuff. But again, these people lecture you. They harass you, they bully you, they guilt trip you. It's a form of bullying. I just think it's important to keep knowing that stuff. But anyway, their commitment is safe casting and audition spaces, professional recruitment standards to be adopted, and auditions undertaken in appropriate workspaces. That should just be a given, but whatever. Policies, producers to have clear respect at work policies, which include a process for making and addressing concerns and complaints of bullying and harassment. Accessible information shared with cast and crew about how concerns can be raised, either if they are the victim or they see inappropriate behaviour. Sure. Doesn't this just sound like a given? Anti-bullying and harassment training to be completed by cast and crew before they start work, of course. More grift. Safeguarding contact. A suitably trained senior member of the production team who can be contacted and who can proactively make any necessary adjustments? What does that mean? Adjustments to what? Someone taking offence to something? Oh, God. And then the whole nudity and simulated sex acts, notification to be given in advance in writing about the scope and extent of nudity and or simulated sex requested, followed by discussion and agreement with the artist. And then they have the intimacy coordinator to be engaged if acceptable to the actors. I just think, this is just a recipe for... It's just, again, Hollywood hypocrites through and through. Blatant Hollywood hypocrites. Focus on making good content, please. No one, realistically, day to day, cares about this. No one's interested. This is just you. It's like self-congratulatory nonsense. Oh, you're doing good today. Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, we're part of this. Oh, yeah, good. We just want good TV. Just give us some good fucking TV.